Hey friends, welcome back. Well, we're in my kitchen sink today, and what I'm choosing to share with y'all today is sprouting sunflower seeds to add to your salads. They're very, very nutritious. I'll include a little link below about where I order my sprouting sunflower seeds from, but let's get started. So I have this jar, and I'm gonna put half a cup of sunflower seeds in. And I'm going to put some water into this jar. And then I'm going to put this special sprouting lid on. And I got this from a place called Trellis and Company, and it's got this little, I don't know if you can see that in the picture. It's a concave thing, and it fits in one of the standard lids, and it goes on the jar, and just tighten it, and then when you want to drain these, you can just go like that, choosing to add more water to get the sprouting thing activated. So I soak the seeds overnight, and then for the next day or two, I just rinse them once a day, and I put them someplace dark, and I put them someplace slightly warm. So in my kitchen, I put them over in the corner where the hot water heater is in the cabinet, so the top of the cabinet is kind of warm, and they seem to do really well there. Now, what happens is they begin to get, if you can see that, little tails start to form on them. And at this point, this is when I need to get them onto some growing mix so that they can actually get their roots into the soil and the sprouts can start to grow. Now, I save plastic containers, and so this is a salad mix container. This one is a solid bottom, and so if I was going to use this, I would need to make some holes for drainage in this. Lately, though, I have just had a craving for these kiwis, and these containers are perfect because they have ventilation on the top and they have drainage holes on the bottom. Now, I want the drainage holes there, but I also do not want to lose my soil mix out the bottom. So I've just cut a little piece of paper toweling to put in there, and as always, mister going, I'm just going to mist this so the paper towel is slightly damp. And I'm just reaching down here in my bucket. I have, I got regular potting soil mix, and I just soaked it so you know, when you have it just coming out of the bag, it's dry, and so that's not going to work. So you want to hydrate your soil, your sprouting mix, your potting soil, whatever you're going to use in your bag. Let me just get my hand rinsed off here a little bit. So the sprouts are going to go on top of this, and they're going to stay also in the dark for about 3 days. So I'm going to sprinkle these guys on here. Actually, before I do that, pat the soil down just a little bit so you've got a firm base for the sprouts to go into. And I'm going to be setting up a few containers. I'm only going to show you one, but some people sprout sunflowers in you know, just in the jar, like I was showing you how I start them, and you can do that, but they get all tangled together and it's just annoying, and I don't think they taste as good as when they actually are gathering some nutrition from the potting soil mix. Now, I'm sewing these kind of heavy or tight. On top of this, what I'm going to do is put a piece of paper. Now this is just, it's like newsprint. It came off of a Medicare pamphlet, but it's just newspaper. And so I'm going to wet that a little bit. I'm going to put that over top of the sunflower sprouts so that they've got some protection. And then I'm going to close this up. Oops, I got a few seeds stuck on me. I'm going to close this up. What I'm going to do then is just put it inside of a paper bag, and in case there's any moisture leaking out from the potting soil mix, I'm just going to put a regular shopping bag in the bottom of this paper bag so that if there's moisture, the paper bag's not going to leak out on the floor. I'm going to put this in here, and just going to close this up. Now, I think I mentioned the other day when I was sprouting the cucumber seeds, I put them over on the little hot pad thing that I brew my kombucha on. So that's where this bag is going to go. It's just going to go sit on that little hot pad next to the kombucha, and I'll be checking on it over the next 3 days. If it seems like it's drying out, I will be misting it. If it's okay, I'll just know that it's okay. I try not to look at it really until the 3rd day, since it's pretty moist and it's not going to be in a place where air is blowing on it or something like that, which would dry it out. So I'm fairly confident, as in the past when I've done this, that it's stayed moist. If you're concerned about it, obviously take a look and peek, but don't do it in the bright light, because the seeds need the darkness in order to put their roots down into the soil. Now, there's a really great book, Year-Round Indoor Salad Gardening, and this guy, he's just using his windowsill to grow this, because you're harvesting these sprouts so quickly they don't have a chance to get leggy. If y'all are like trying to grow starts for the garden and you're growing them on a windowsill, you probably notice that they're growing and then they just lean towards the light. Everything leans towards the light. We lean towards the light too. The sprouts do that. You can turn the trays around, and you're harvesting them for your salads a lot quicker than the plants that you're actually growing to transplant out into the garden later. And for those, I like to use a grow light of some variety. For these, though, they can just be on a windowsill as long as the windowsill is a warm place. So if necessary, you could put a little heat mat or heating pad or whatever heat source you can get underneath the plastic tray, whatever kind of plastic tray you're choosing to use, to keep the seeds, the bottom, warm so that they're growing. And they're growing pretty quick, and you will have sprouts in less than 10 days for your salad. And so I will not post this until I actually have the next part of the video, so you'll be able to see this like in a series of quick videos of how to do this. But this is a great book, and I would highly recommend it. And I will show you in the link below where to get the seeds. Thanks for joining me. I hope all is going well with your gardening plans. I've got more videos coming. Bye for now.